Welcome to AT 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. At least 55 people across 10 states have died following the coldest air of winter and multiple storms. Now, another round of storms is slamming both coasts with a brutal surge of cold air set to envelop the U.S. soon. This as FEMA announced changes to the way it responds to natural disasters. The Advocate Channel's Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on this round of winter weather.
Watch your step right here, big one.
American Airlines passengers deplaned with the help of firefighters on Thursday after this aircraft slid off a snowy taxiway in Rochester, New York. Just one example of the potentially dangerous travel conditions expected in the Northeast this weekend. Extreme weather conditions have killed at least 58 people across 10 states in the last week. Major cities in the Northeast are expecting heavy snow in the coming days, with Philadelphia preparing for its first major snowstorm in 2 years. Workers there trying to mitigate slick streets with salt.
The ice didn't melt on them, even though we treated it. So we're out there treating it again, and we'll continue treating it.
On the West Coast, Oregon is under a state of emergency due to the ongoing severe ice storm. Oregonians aren't the only ones suffering. Another blast of cold air is sending temperatures into a tailspin, with wind chill alerts stretching from the U.S.-Canada border to northern Florida. Meanwhile, FEMA is changing the way it responds to natural disasters, announcing an immediate $750 in assistance to people impacted by extreme weather, which can include storms, hurricanes, and tornadoes. The overhaul of FEMA's system comes after years of criticism that disaster survivors have to jump through hoops to access assistance. These changes will take effect in March. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The Biden administration announced another $325 million of federal investments in electric vehicle charging stations. The U.S. Department of Treasury and Energy replaced new census parameters to be eligible to receive a tax credit towards EV chargers. Now, the government says about 2/3 of Americans will be able to take advantage of the tax credit. Agencies say the credit will take up to 30% of the cost of a charger to those in low-income communities and non-urban areas. The family of a Georgia man who died last year after being tased by a police officer has filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city of Atlanta. The lawsuit alleges that 62-year-old Johnny Holman's First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment rights, along with his civil rights, were violated during the August 10th incident. The complaint also states that a failure to render medical care and unlawful use of excessive force led to his death. Body cam video captured the interaction between Holman and Officer Kieran Kimbrough. The officer was trying to get Holman to sign a traffic citation when the struggle ensued. Now, Holman could be heard saying, "I can't breathe," a number of times. At some point, Kimbrough deployed a stun gun on Holman, who appears limp after he is handcuffed. His death was ruled a homicide. And lawmakers have put forward a plan that they call Access to Family Building Act. It would make access to assisted reproductive technology a statutory right. The law would also let patients retain authority over how sperm and eggs are used during such treatments. Democrat Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois says that the bill would protect against strict state abortion laws that try to define fertilized eggs as human beings with rights. The bill will next be referred to the committee, which will decide if it should be considered. Well, we're not sure which football team will be in Super Bowl just yet, but we do know who will be entertaining at the big game in Sin City. Post Malone, Reba McEntire, and Audrey Day have been confirmed as pre-game performers. McEntire will sing the national anthem, Malone will take care of America the Beautiful, and Day will do Lift Every Voice and sing. Usher is the star of the halftime show and says that his preparations are, quote, another level. He's releasing his night studio record Coming Home on Super Bowl Sunday. The NFL's grand finale will take place in Vegas on February 11th. Thanks so much for joining us, and download the Advocate Channel app on your phone or smart TV. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates, and even subscribe to us on YouTube. There's more Advocate Channel entertainment and news coming up after the break.